Hi, today I'm going to talk to you about academic paraphrasing using synonyms, antonyms, and transitional signals, sometimes called transitional devices. Now, the reason we paraphrase is to avoid plagiarism. If you keep 3 or more words of the original text or source text in your writing, you need to use quotation marks around the words and give credit to who said or wrote them. If you fail to do this, it's considered plagiarism, which means stealing or theft of ideas. So the first step in paraphrasing, first of all, is you need to realize that you should not change all the words. And in fact, if you change certain kinds of words for the IELTS, they will mark you down for it. So do not change specific terminology such as university, students, laboratory, air traffic, buses. Don't change numbers and percentages. So the first step in successfully paraphrasing academic writing is to identify and highlight words that you should not change. Leave them alone. And then so I've got an example here of what I don't want to change. So around 30,000 children, I don't want to change the number. I don't want to change children. I have seen that attempted before. 30,000 very young humans. Don't do that. You don't need to. And may be helped by the proposed free lunch program. I don't want to change that because it's a name. Okay, so now what do I want to change? Finding synonyms or similar words to change the vocabulary is a good second step in the process of academic paraphrasing. Underline the vocabulary you'd like to change. So I'd like to change around, helped by, and proposed. So I change around to approximately, I change helped by to assisted by, and proposed to suggested. And this is a good start on a synonym level change. You do have to be careful, though, when using synonyms. You can't simply go look up a word, find its synonyms, and slap it in there. It doesn't necessarily work. It's contextual. So, for example, here's what this works. We go to a dictionary and we look up consume. Consuming a diet high in simple sugars. So I look up consume and I find that eat is a synonym, so I substitute eat. Eating a diet high in simple sugars is not considered a healthy lifestyle. There we go. That both mean the same thing, and this works. However, change the context. Fuel is being consumed at an alarming rate. Well, obviously, eating no longer works. Fuel is being eaten at an alarming rate. So, and this is an amusing example and obvious, but you do have to be careful and realize that not all synonyms work. Make sure that you are very confident that the synonym fits the context. So there's another way that synonyms can get you in trouble, and that's collocations. They can cause errors and alter meaning. So if we look at these synonyms, teenager, adolescent, and youth, the growth in teenager crime, that's fine. The growth in adolescent crime, that's fine. The growth in youth crime, that does not collocate. And if you use that in an IELTS exam, it would be marked against you. So be careful with collocations. And that's one of the reasons it's really important when you're entering new vocabulary. Make sure to make note of any collocations that you see. All right. Now, antonym. How do you use an antonym? Well, using an antonym to change vocabulary is another option for changing vocabulary, and it changes the structure as well, a little bit. This is a good thing, but you must use caution because it does slightly change emphasis, or it can slightly change emphasis, and thus the meaning. So consider the following. My boss was happy with my work. This is very positive. Boss is happy. Now I've changed with an antonym from happy to unhappy, and I've made the sentence negative now because that needs to change as well. So my boss was not unhappy with my work. This is not the same thing as being happy. This is now neutral. The boss was not happy. The boss was not unhappy. So it does change the meaning considerably. So you do have to be careful using antonym. But it can still be used effectively. Consuming a diet high in simple sugars is not considered a healthy lifestyle. So I'm going to, since I'm changing healthy to the negative unhealthy, I'm going to remove the negative from the sentence. Consuming a diet high in simple sugars is considered an unhealthy lifestyle. That's fine. There's no change of meaning or anything here. So this is an effective use of antonym. So when I put this all together using synonym and antonym, consuming a diet high in simple sugars is not considered a healthy lifestyle. Eating a diet filled with a lot of simple sugars is regarded as an unhealthy lifestyle. That's a really good start on a paraphrase. Transition signals. Now, simply put, transition signals, or sometimes referred to as devices, are words used to connect thoughts. We can use them to suggest addition. So, moreover, a really common transition signal. In addition, further, these are all signaling addition. We can use them for many other reasons, such as comparison, contrast, to prove. When we use in fact, evidently, those are to prove, and many more, and too many to cover in this taping. But they provide an opportunity to easily change vocabulary, but you have to be careful to use transitions that signal the same information. If the original text's transition is signaling to compare, you must choose a compare replacement. So I dislike running, whereas I love bike riding, whereas compares. I dislike running, moreover, I love bike riding. This doesn't work because moreover signals addition. So I want to use a comparison signal. I dislike running, however, I love bike riding. This works fine. All right, so transition signals and devices. I hope this has been helpful.